All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I pray y'all are having a wonderful, blessed day. I pray y'all have had a wonderful and safe, blessed weekend as we thank the Most High for so much. My title now says The Codes in These Songs, the spiritual and work songs. I want to talk about the codes in these songs for a minute. Let me state this off top too. Music, there is a spirit, or we could say spirits behind music. And I'm not just talking about gospel, you know. When you start talking about gospel, R&B, rap, music in general, because we've got so many, so many categories, but there are so many messages and codes being spread through music that a lot of people don't even know anything about, you know. So in this video, I want to respond back to you, Elder Fisher. Great email about, music. And I want to compare this with slavery. I'm just gonna kind of just take my time with this and just bring out some points that a lot of people might not even be aware of, and then I know a lot of people do know what I'm talking about. Now you stated in your email, brother, that a lot of young people they don't understand the old hymns. Your time, you was brought up in the '50s. They don't understand what's going on, what time it is. They ain't been through nothing. What brought you through, those old hymns, those old songs. You can sing them and know what they're talking about. Well, yes, we all different. And we are in different generations. And what brought you through, somebody that was born in, let's just say, 2000, they're not going to be able to relate to that. So, but the thing is, you don't want to keep knocking down. See, let me say this off top, and I mean this with no disrespect. I get so tired of older people, elders, telling the young people they ain't went through nothing. You ain't gone through nothing yet. You ain't living. You just when you get my age, man. These young people now are going through some things so heavy on them that it's messing them up in their mind. Some of them committing suicide. So it's kind of crazy to sit up and tell young folks they ain't going through nothing. And I mean this out of love. I would never, man. I be talking to some people, man. It's just like some young people. That's like they will blow your mind. I'd be like, dog, I ain't even went through that. You know, especially when you talking about all this sexual stuff that's going on. So we need to be more mind. We need to be more open minded and listen to the young people. That's why I love young people and stop all this. You ain't got no wisdom. You ain't older than me yet. You ain't went through nothing yet. They going through. So I want to make that point first. Amen. Now, when you said that about they don't relate to your time, Father, I stretch my hands to thee. I need thee. Oh, I need thee. Amazing grace. Now, I'm gonna show you something about these songs. Now, when you start talking about these songs like you talking about, a way in the water, you going back to the mid 19th century. Some may even say the 18th century. When you start going back that far in the United States, you're talking about slavery. Especially when you go to somebody like Harriet Tubman and you're talking about the Underground Railroad. Now, keep this in mind. They didn't want the slaves to know how to read or write. Let's say that again. We already know this. They didn't want them slaves to know how to read and write because if you knew how to read and write, you was very powerful. Even nowadays, man, when you know how to read and write, when you know how to study, when you know how to investigate, when you know how can't nobody just throw no anything at you, that's powerful. That's why the Bible say, God say, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. We don't even understand that half of the time. For the lack of knowledge. What comes with knowledge? What comes with wisdom? Man, you got to study. What did Paul tell Timothy? Study to show your thyself approved unto the Most High. Studying is powerful. Knowledge is powerful. Wisdom is powerful. It all goes together. But it was illegal in the U.S. to teach slaves how to read and write. But what better way was there to get a message across through singing, through music? They use songs to communicate and show different messages and even directions about how, when, and where to escape. And they also used it to warn other slaves about the danger that was coming. That's why I said I did an old video about Amazing Grace. Even if you ever look that song up and you look at who sung it, what kind of person they was, who wrote it, it'll change your whole mindset on singing Amazing Grace. You probably wouldn't even want to sing it no more. See, a lot of people, what you talking about, JT? Because we don't study. Just like you start talking about these national anthems and all this stuff. When do you ever see anywhere where the chosen people from the Most High had it made in this world? Teach Holy Spirit. But not to stay off of that, but it's when you start looking at music, once again, there are so many different spirits behind music. That's why a lot of people can get up and sing a song, but then a lot of people can get up and sing a song. When you look at a person that write a song, lyrics, they putting their all, their heart into it, and they went through something. And a lot of people try to get up and sing exactly like the person that sang that wrote the song. They can imitate it, but they really can't sing it like the person who wrote it a lot of times. I give you a good example. Long time ago, this was probably about 15, 20 years ago. This guy was a dynamic singer. He went to school. He got degrees. He had a powerful voice. And he got up and sang this song in church. And he was wondering why when he was singing, wasn't nobody just, standing up and just, how they do in church, just going crazy behind him singing. And he sat down. He was puzzled. But then this old man got up. Old man got up that went through some stuff. This old man got up and sung the same exact song later on. And the church was just going crazy. People was falling out, shouting. And after the service was over, that young man asked that old man, what was it that you did so spectacular about what you did? We sung the same song. And he said, well, young man, I'm not taking nothing away from you. He said, you may have known the song, but I know the author. See, that's powerful when you think about it. That's why so many people in church, they can sing. But when it comes to living what they singing about, they can't do it. A lot of people can sing and put on a show. They can perform and they can just show out. But once they leave that church building, they still have the same crooked lifestyle. If you can't sing, if you can't live what you singing, what you even singing for? I didn't mean to go off of that, y'all. But let me move forward. But when you look at the spirit behind music, it's a lot of spirits out there. And when you look at in the South, they always communicated by telling stories. Some people call these songs African American spirituals, but others called it Negro spirituals. But when you look at slavery, they wanted to be free. They was always singing about codes and escape routes and freedom. You take that popular song like you talking about, brother, Wade in the Water. See, I heard this. I've been hearing this song since I was a little boy. You've been hearing it since you was a little boy. Your mom and dad have been hearing it since they was little. Wade in the Water, or even a song like Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, or Deep River, or The Gospel Train. Do you think they was just singing those songs to be singing them? Many slaves knew the secret meaning of those songs. See, Wade in the Water was one of Harriet Tubman's favorite songs. She used that song to tell the slaves that was escaping to get off that trail and into the water to make sure them dogs and them ones that was chasing them slave catchers, they couldn't sniff out their scent. They couldn't find their trail. So she was warning them, get in the water. People walking through water, they can't really leave a scent. Them dogs, it throw them off track, won't it? You ever get a chance, just look at the words, look at the lyrics and Wade in the Water. Just think about that for a moment. Now let's fast forward to nowadays with all the songs that's out now that most people call gospel. what is really the meaning in these songs, a lot of them. I'm not talking about all of them. And you don't even hear the Most High even being mentioned in a lot of these songs now. Nowadays, it's all about rocking and dancing, you know. Because one thing, if you know anything about music, what get people is a beat. That beat, that beat, that beat. I can say a whole lot about that beat. You might do a part 2 about the beat. That's why most people, when they hear music, when they hear the beat, they already gone off the beat. You ain't even got to have no lyrics in there. Oh, that's my jam. That's that beat. You already gone. And the devil knows that. That's why music is so powerful. Music will say what words won't say. But when you start talking about, I'm gonna wrap this video up. When you start talking about gospel music, who named it gospel music? What makes it gospel music? I say this all the time. People get mad when I say this. Contemporary gospel, traditional gospel. You got all these titles, these different categories now. And here go the biggest problem as I close. You got so many scriptures being used wrong in these so-called gospel music songs. Scriptures that have been twisted, and now it's off in a song. And that's why so many people are lost and they can't recognize what the truth is because of music also. Wrong scriptures. They can't recognize the truth. They preaching lies already. They talking lies already. And now they singing lies already. A lot of the music industry, including the gospel, is controlled by the devil himself. That's why so many people that was in gospel or still is in gospel, you notice they lifestyle, a lot of them, I ain't saying all, but you look at their lifestyle, it never changed. They just got more comfortable in their sin and they use the church as a cover up. The church nowadays, these buildings, not all, but they have become a comfortable place for sinners because there's no preaching fire and brimstone no more, really. It's all about this prosperity gospel. In other words, you can live any kind of way and still get blessed. You can live any kind of way and still make it to heaven. This is the message that they throwing out here now, but not me, not on JT's page. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not here to make you feel comfortable when you're in your lifestyle of sin. And I just pray that more people will come out, you know, what they living in and coming to the truth. So with that being said, the code in this music, keep that in mind when you listen to that music, when your children is listening to that music. That's why when you see all this rap and R&B and stuff, you see these hand gestures, you see so many secret codes. It's not no lie. It's really going on, and it's been going on. So y'all have a wonderful, 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 blessed day.